I'm sure you all care so much, but basically, I'm just going to. Who even cares? I'm just going to tell some stories for a while. But today it's going to be one particular story, and it's the story of the fly trap and the key. Okay, basically. So, one time, my best friend, this was in 5th grade, I think, she got a Venus flytrap. And it was a pretty pathetic thing, but like, I was like, wow, this is cool, because you learn about those things, and it just, sounds pretty lit because it moves on its own and it's a plant. It's like an animal, but it's a plant. So so she had one of those. So I went over to her house and I was like, I want to like see it in action. And she was like, well, we have to feed it, like there aren't any flies around and you can only feed it so often, but like sometimes I feed it ants. So I was like, okay, let's feed it some ants. So then we went out in her backyard to find some ants, and we were kind of like digging around. You know how like some people have, like around the side of their house, they have a little bit of a, they have like some shrubbery stuff and then like some little like fancy bricks kind of lining that away. I don't know how to explain it, but basically there were like this shrubbery area and then these little bricks like a couple feet away from the shrubbery. Basically there was like some bricks. So we were like, oh, we'll pick up one of these bricks and then we'll be able to find some ants under there, because that seemed like something that was the case. So then we picked up one of the bricks and it was just like a random one. It wasn't like close to the house, wasn't really far. It was just kind of like in the middle-ish, and we were like digging around with our little paws because we're like 10 or whatever. And then because there weren't any on the surface, so we were kind of like just moving sand or dirt around, and then we kind of saw something that didn't look like an ant, but it didn't look like it belonged in the dirt. So then we kind of started digging, and we pulled out this like keychain with a key attached to it. Like, it was decently like far in the ground in this random little like shrubbery area, and like it wasn't on top or anything at all. It was like buried. And so we were like, what the heck, this key? Like, where did this come from? And she was like, we've never put this here. It looked old. Like, it looked kind of like, I don't know, it looked kind of rusty, but like probably kind of sketchy to be like playing around with that, but it was really old. And so we were like, what the heck? And we didn't know what it would go to, but we were like, hey, let's just try it on the doors for the heck of it. So then we tried it on the back door and it didn't work, but then we went around to her front door and it unlocked the front door of her house, which is really random and really crazy that we found this like weird key like buried deep beneath her backyard that went to the house. And that's the whole story. That's all I have. I have a lot of other stories, obviously, but that's just one that I've been thinking about lately because it was just really weird. And yeah, okay, bye.